opportunity to be able to celebrate the Dayton VA's 150th anniversary. Pretty amazing. You know, the VA network really is a national treasure, and we're lucky to have a true star amongst that network in the Dayton VA, and it's especially amazing that it happens to be within the city of Dayton. We are very fortunate for that and very, very thankful. One thing before I get too far into things, I wanted to thank the Dayton Metro Library for hosting this event and then hosting the subsequent exhibit that will occur over the next few weeks. This is really an amazing facility. I remember when the library levy was upon us, you know, libraries of the future were described as being hubs of activity, you know, real centers of the community, and I believed it then, but what I see here every time I come here just blows my mind. It really is impressive what the Dayton Metro Library has done, so we really appreciate this opportunity. Now, I need to do one other very important thing, probably the most important thing of the night, and that is to recognize why the VA exists in the first place, why I'm here, why really any of this is here. And I know there are many veterans in our presence right here. So to veterans and immediate family, thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart, thank you. We appreciate all the sacrifice that you've put forth to make all this Now, one other thing on that note, if you will indulge me, and you have to because I have the microphone. There's one particular veteran amongst this crowd that I want to recognize. He's a Marine, World War II, engaged in the Pacific, and I don't think I've ever given a proper thank you to my grandpa, who's right here. Thank you. So on with the show. Not only is the Dayton VA a shining star amongst the VA network, we are very blessed in Dayton to have a shining star leader in the VA. He's Mr. Glenn Costi. He is responsible for the medical care of 40,000 veterans and their families over the geographic footprint of 17 counties. I was given a whole bio about Mr. Costi that I could have gotten into, but I thought, what better way to recognize a leader like Mr. Costi than to say to him how much I've enjoyed working with his staff throughout the planning of this event and the subsequent exhibit, and how they act and speak about him and their job when he's not around. It's been a real joy to work with your staff, so I think that says it all. With that being said, I'd like to have you come up, give a few remarks. It's my honor to introduce Glenn Costi.
So I want to welcome everybody here on behalf of the VA. This is the kickoff of a celebration during 2017 where we will be celebrating 150 years of serving veterans in Miami County. So in 1865, a few months before he was assassinated, President Lincoln signed an executive order that designated 3 sites of care around the country. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Togus, Maine, and Dayton, Ohio. And I have absolutely no idea why they picked Dayton, Ohio, except the community came together and presented the importance of this location to the decision makers. And it really speaks to the beginning of how Dayton has been an innovative focal point since that time. When Abraham Lincoln, a very forward-thinking leader, designated sites of care for veterans, it was the first time it had ever been done in the history of the world. Up until that point, veterans who fought in wars had to come back to their communities and families, and the communities were responsible for them, and depending on resources that each community depended on the quality of their life. And Abraham Lincoln, after seeing the devastation of the Civil War, realized that when folks put their lives on hold to defend our country, we need to take care of them when they come home. So a very innovative process to come up with the thought of creating a site of care for veterans. The other thing that he did was when he designated this campus for care, he made it racially integrated. So you can imagine the feelings about race at the front of the Civil War, but he wanted to make sure that when a veteran came to this campus, no matter what his race was, he could eat together, sleep together, work together, get your health care together. And to me, that's the first innovation of Dayton. A lot of folks talk about the Wright brothers and all the work that they did, but for me, really, in 1865, and then later when we began seeing patients in 1865, that is really the innovation of Abraham Lincoln and what he did for our veterans. Today we're beginning a year-long celebration. Every month we're going to have events like this around the community, and today was just a wonderful opportunity to collaborate with the city of Dayton and be able to bring out into the community a lot of the artifacts that we have right now in closets around the campus. We really don't have a great way of displaying all of our artifacts, so it was wonderful that the library system here in Dayton was able to offer us the space. It's my understanding it'll be up for several weeks, and then it'll be downsized a little bit, but be here at this location for several more weeks after that. So please spread the word and tell your neighbors to really come and see the display that's here right now, because it'll be its most visible after today. I want to thank Commissioners Matt Joseph and Jeffrey Sims, if I can just have a round of applause. Mayor Whaley have been very supportive of our campus, but these two individuals have really stepped up, made sure that we're in the loop on events that are happening in the city, and make sure that we're included. We are a major neighbor in the West Dayton campus and side of the city, and I really do appreciate the fact that you guys make sure that we're staying in touch and that we are able to collaborate on events like this. So let me bring that to a close and just welcome you and turn it over to our Master of Ceremonies. We're going to continue on with the celebration. We have photographs here that were taken of our campus, and we've had a contest, and we'll be announcing the winners of those wonderful photographs. So thank you very much for coming.
Okay, there's two things I wanted to mention. One is one of the upcoming events, I promised I would mention this, is a garden party centered on the time period around 1867. It's in September, I believe, right? September 9th. It's a garden party, an old-time traveling show. It's by invitation, but if one is interested in attending that event, Ms. Bonnie Beeman Rice is here. You can sign up with her if you want to raise your hand if you're interested in that. I wanted to kind of address the historic exhibit in the sense that I want to show my appreciation for really the brains behind it all, and really everything behind it all. Her name is Tessa Kalman. She is here. She is yeah, she's not one to stand behind the mic. Neither am I really, but I'm doing my best here, I guess. So. I want to introduce a commissioner from the city of Dayton, Commissioner Joseph. I know he had a lot of engagements today. He was very busy, so I'm really impressed he managed to make it here for this one. I think he had to leave one event early to get here, and then for his next event, he's going to be late, but that's okay. Yeah. But it's Commissioner Joseph.
Thank you, Tony. I'm glad to be here. When the library holds an event involving the VA and the city of Dayton and all the other partners who helped plan this, I'd be silly not to show up, if only to thank all of you who got together to do this, to bring some attention to what is too often hidden gems. And I say that both in the medical sense and the historical sense. I work, most of you know, my full-time job is on base, so I'm surrounded by veterans, and a lot of them, a big percentage of whom, make the trek out and back. And almost all are very happy with services, and so I want to make sure that people, I spread the word on base, I tell their friends. I'm glad to see that Mr. Costy's done such a great job of publicizing the excellent work that's done here, and to sort of emphasize the fact that everybody is entitled, everybody who serves is entitled to come. That is so often the message for some reason is garbled or people don't receive it as it needs to be. I try to repeat it as often as possible to try to amplify the message, but folks who gave up so much for our country deserve to be taken care of. We need to make sure they know that. As far as history, I mentioned just a moment ago to Ms. Rice that I used to work with Michael Gessel, who was a fierce advocate for the VA in all of its forms. And he used to just dazzle us with facts that nobody would believe about the VA. So I feel like I know a little more than most people, if only because I hung out with Michael Gessel quite a bit. But the VA itself is a huge boon to us. You anchor our west side. A lot of our hopes and dreams for this end of town are tied up in your involvement, your work. We appreciate your involvement in so many city things, your willingness to become involved with the neighborhood. It's wonderful for us. And I have to say, we're glad you're back. Every time we hear the news that they're sending you off to another problem spot to fix it, we hold our breath just to make sure you do come back this year. So thank you very much. And I do want to send, before I sit down, I want to send a special thank you to those who organized this. I know there are a bunch of you here. I really appreciate this. This is a wonderful event, exactly the kind of thing we need as a community. So thank you, and thank you for inviting me to speak.
I also wanted to note that Commissioner Shaw is here in attendance as well. So thanks for being here, Commissioner Shaw. Now, our next speaker, Commissioner Mims, has a really unique perspective on the city-VA relationship. He is both obviously he's a city commissioner, and he's also a veteran. So he's a perfect candidate to speak this evening, and we welcome Mr. Mims.
One of those phrases, that's one of those communication phrases used while in the military. I am Commissioner Jeffrey J. Mims Jr., and of course all of us would be here except for the fact that Mayor Whaley and Commissioner Williams are both out of town on business. It is a pleasure, as Tony said, for me for multiple reasons. I got here, I walked around the room, I thought maybe you would have a picture of me somewhere. It's on the now you see that. I look at the fact that 52 years ago, I was crawling around in Vietnam with the 604th Air Commando Squadron, fighting for the rights and the Constitution of the United States, and very proud to do so. As an only child, I volunteered to go, and I didn't tell my mother I volunteered until I got back. And she said, "Boy, I'm gonna kill you." I said, "I'm back now, so let's not worry about that, okay?" But it is such an honor. It is such an honor. I spent my first time in the VA for a physical. I was supposed to get one when I came back from Vietnam in 1968. That was a little bit late. I was feeling great. So some 50 years later, I said, well, maybe I'll go. Shortly after I had a stroke. And so I went in and had a terrific physical. And one of the doctors said, and I told him about that I had a stroke, he said, yeah, if you brought your blood here before, you probably wouldn't have had the stroke. So I said, yeah, probably so. But nonetheless, I had such great care. The personalities, you have a lot of veterans who are working there as well. And they have a very special and unique set of concerns for veterans who have been there, and they make sure they give you the very best that they can. Now, I'm not going to say that everything is perfect, because we have some individuals who have a variety of challenges that they deal with every day. Mental health issues, etc. But I would tell you that the VA here in Dayton is world class in terms of the type of service that they provide, and Glenn Costy deserves a lot of respect and support and accolades as far as that's concerned. My fellow commissioner mentioned before, the anchor that the VA plays as far as the west side of Dayton is concerned is major. My mother still lives close in Jefferson Township, close to the VA. I grew up in that particular area. As a young child playing in that area, being in parades and things of that nature, never knew the significance of the VA, about the amount of jobs that it provides, and income for this community, and services to this community. So when I look at that, and I look at the partnership that we have right now with Tim and the group, with the media center, I was a media center, I'm a former teacher as well, but with the library, I'm gonna change that, okay? Libraries in school used to be called libraries, and then they got all fancy, started calling them media centers. Anyway, so I'm showing my age there, going back with that. But I signed on to be a supporter of the levy to help build the libraries. I'm very happy to be a part of that, to be supportive of that very early. And when you look around at the jobs that it's creating in this community and the income that it's bringing to our community as well, and the great aesthetic value that it plays here. And I was talking to Glenn earlier, we were talking about what's going on downtown. I know you got something going on potentially over there near Belmont High School. I mean, it just helps to shape the whole landscape of the city of Dayton. And we're terrific in terms of what we're doing. We're on the move. We're doing so many great things. And Nan and Joey and I like to tease people by saying that since we got elected 3 years ago, 2,000 more people have moved into Dayton. Okay, so we think next time another 2,000 are going to move into Dayton. We're going to stay and bring some more income to this community. So thank you again, Tony, for all the work that you do. He's on the committee representing the city. A lot of times I can't make it to the meetings. He's always there. And sometimes I get a call, you can come to the meeting. I say, yes, I'm going to be there. So he's very supportive, and I appreciate him very much. Thank you.
So the photo contest. In the center of the room, you'll see the 20 finalists and the 4 winners for the photo contest that we did in conjunction with this event. I know that in the initial stages we were planning this event, we always thought of it as a historic exhibit. We said, why don't we try a photo contest? Let's see what kind of participation we get, see what kind of photos can be submitted. And we were really impressed. It was fantastic. It was done in association with Dayton.com, Cox Media, and they really did all of the work in terms of the submissions, the voting process, all that really important stuff. But like I said, we didn't know what was going to get submitted, what we were going to get in return in terms of a photo contest. But we're really happy with the way things turned out. We had almost 300 photos submitted to Dayton.com. Just fantastic. So what I would like to do now is honor the winners of that photo contest. There's 3 winners. There's 4 winning photos, 3 winners, because somebody was so good, he won twice. But hey, that says how exceptional the entries were. So if I can have up here, drafted from the Dayton Dragons to help present the awards to the photo contest winners. I'll just grab the awards here and call up the winners, and we'll go through this one by one. First, Peter Bartlett. Let's see. Next, Jeremy Mudd. Jeremy Mudd. You have 2 of them. I'll leave the other one here. Okay. We can grab that before you go. Great. Meredith Steeds. Drafton, did you want to give out the honors?
Sure. So on behalf of the Dragons and the VA, I think baseball is a great American pastime, but it's not possible without the great Americans who actually make that possible. So we love our relationship with the Dayton VA, and congratulations on the 150th anniversary. If we get it one for a group photo? Sure.
Thank you all very much. I'm Ted Froats. I'm from the Dayton VA Medical Center, Public Affairs Officer. I just wanted to take a moment to thank some of the people that really helped to pull this all together and some of the organizations as well. Jane Close from the Dayton Metro Library. Is Jane here? All right. All right, next up we have Tom Gilliam from Dayton Graham.
Yeah, I think he had.
All right. And the Dayton Dragons. He was just up here a moment ago. Shannon Hughes from the City of Dayton. And the final one is Ashley Bethard from Dayton.com.
So basically, in conclusion, thanks again. Thank you all for being here. 150, pretty amazing number. It's an amazing history. Please enjoy the historic exhibit. Enjoy the photographs. Again, the display will be held at this site for the next few weeks. But thank you for being here. It's great to see you all. Have a good evening.
How you doing, folks? This is Rex from the Buckeyenest. We're going to do a little presentation here. Got a young lady in front of me. She's pretty awesome. Her name is Tessa Coleman, and she is a historian at the Dayton VA. And she's going to tell us about her participation in this event today. So, Tessa, tell me, how much of this display did you actually work on?
Well, pretty much all of it. All of the artifacts and the exhibits that you see were pretty much pulled from our archives collection, and I oversee that. So it was pretty much a matter of researching a lot of our artifacts, writing about them. I also am the graphic designer for our facility, so I put together the display of works.
Very good.
Yeah, so it was.
So now I know who I can come get some graphic work done from, huh?
Right, yeah.
Tell me about this thing right here.
So this
built that?
That's actually built by our engineering staff at the VA, and this building was actually part of an event they had a number of years ago here called Golf Around Miami Valley, and it was a miniature golf course that was held at the mall. And yeah, a number of notable buildings from Dayton were the miniature golf course, and so our historic Boston Chapel was one of those.
Let's look around back here.
Okay. I am the one that got creative with that. So this is actually how we evolved into becoming what you could describe as a small city on the west side of Dayton. About 7,000 veterans to cutting-edge modern veterans. Everything that happened on the years in between and how our fields changed.
Folks, this is Tessa Coleman. She's a historian at the Dayton VA. And I'm probably going to be knocking on her door pretty soon here, just for the fun of it. Thank you for your time, Tessa. Have a good day.
Why are we here today, sir?
This year marks the 150th anniversary of the opening of what most people know as the Dayton VA Hospital, what used to be the National Home for Disabled Veterans, the Old Soldiers' Home. And I'm here as a member of the Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War, which is the descendant organization of the Grand Army of the Republic, which was the veterans organization for the old soldiers, of which 3,000 in post number 5 was at the VA Center. Okay, this exhibit displays photographs from the 150 years of the VA Center. And I and other people from Dayton are here to honor our relatives that were patients at the Old Soldiers' Home. or just because we're from Dayton and we care about its history.
Okay. How does it make you feel to have an exhibit like this for, like you said, for veterans of the war and for your family members?
Oh, it's absolutely outstanding. First of all, as a veteran, I recognize the Old Soldiers Home historic area as a true treasure for veterans' heritage, and that the Veterans Hospital itself is a very valuable asset for medical care for veterans such as myself. And I feel wonderful being at this exhibit, not only seeing and learning what it has to share, but realizing that a large number of people in Dayton also care about that wonderful facility.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect.
I should
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they did. There was BKG machine. Oh! In fact, they found, I think they might have found something over with that new facility that's straight across from Lions Lake. There was a bunch of stuff that was done. This is my wife. I know
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hello?